Alex, once again, and this one I've been giving thought to, and I'm sure that there's a host of different perspectives on this, but we have a president who currently, like, he's imposing some tariffs on our neighbors here, Canada and Mexico, because of the fentanyl. And fentanyl that's, he says, coming across the borders into the US. And I'm not going to say that that's not important. Of course, we should know what's crossing our borders. We should have, obviously. And we should have secure borders. I firmly believe that too. And fentanyl is a problem. I've never tried it, but I hear it's very dangerous. I don't know. I've never tried heroin either, but very dangerous, is from what I understand. And I know some people have died because of this. I also think we need to have a conversation about why do we have a demand for some of these drugs here in the US that you don't see in other countries? Why is that? Why do we have a demand? And I get that somebody says, hey, they put fentanyl into these other drugs or whatever it is, and they're like, you didn't realize that it was in there, and they're putting it in there because maybe it's super addictive, and they're saying, hey, we'll get people addicted to this, so then they get more and more and more and more, and they need more. Okay. But I was reading that there are some people who actually consciously, intentionally use fentanyl, but like they know that they're using it. Why do we have a demand here in the US that's far more than these other countries? Why? Is it an issue of you're affluent and you can afford it? Or is it that we have people with more anxiety here? I don't know. I don't know. I do know that we're going to address the issue from the supply side, and I get that. I think that that actually makes sense. Imposing tariffs, I don't know. Maybe that's not the wisest course of action, because that's it's going to harm some people for sure, in businesses and livelihoods. You could put some of us, including the U.S., in a recession. Yeah, I'm not sure that that's the wisest course of action, but that's not my point here. My point is we are addressing the supply side. I'm saying, why don't we in addition, address the demand here? Why do we have it? Why is there such a demand here? Why? And really need to get into that. And maybe it is that we have people in the US that are suffering from more anxiety. And maybe it is because of comparisons. Maybe it is because of expectations here. And we should address that demand side of that also. I just don't hear a whole lot of conversation about that. And I think that's unfortunate. We should do better on that front by far.